Good morning, and today I'm going to have a look at the history of Grey Street. So let's begin. Some call it the finest street in England. It's a masterpiece of design that defines an entire city. As we walk up the sweeping, elegant curves of stone that gradually flows down towards the River Tyne. This is Grey Street, Newcastle. And for nearly 200 years it's been a symbol of the pride, harmony and breathtaking ambition. But what if I told you this grand vision wasn't cooked up by a wealthy lord or a famous London architect? What if I told you it was the dream of a poor carpenter apprentice from Newcastle, a man with stunning, audacious plan? This incredible story of Richard Grainger. Richard Grainger was born in 1787 into a world without privilege. His father was a porter hauling goods on the gritty, bristling dockside of the Tyne, and his mother was a seamstress. He got a basic education in a local charity school, but that all ended when he was just 12 and he was an apprentice to a carpenter. But Grainger had audacious plans. And in 1831, with the death of George Anderson, whose largest estate, Anderson Place, was suddenly up for grabs right in the city centre, and Grainger jumped at the chance, buying the land for a staggering £50,000. The plan for his Grainger town was never going to be easy. Against fierce opposition, he commissioned a detailed model for his proposal and put it on public display in 1834. Public opinion began to shift, and the council, feeling the pressure, finally approved Grainger's plan in the summer of 1834. Construction started almost straight away, and the scale of the project was mind-boggling. To create a gentle sweeping curve of Grey Street, an entire valley had to be filled. A colossal amount of earth was moved to level the ground. At its peak, the project employed thousands of labourers, and the whole thing was a whirlwind of activity. But Grainger's genius was in his strategy, not just the vision. To clear the land, he had to first get rid of the sprawling old meat market. His solution? He struck a deal with the council to build them a spectacular new one. The result was the Grainger Market, a stunning structure that opened in October 1835. With the old market gone, the path was clear, and between 1835 and 1839 the city was transformed as 9 new streets, hundreds of shops and dozens of houses and inns rose from the mud. Grey Street curves deliberately as it runs downhill, creating a constant change in a series of beautiful views. And the street's crown jewel is the new Theatre Royal. Grainger had to tear down the old 1788 theatre for his plan, and he promised to build a magnificent replacement. It was designed by John and Benjamin Green. The theatre was opened in 1837, and its grand portico of 6 Corinthian columns juts out into the street, deliberately interrupting the curve to create a dramatic, can't-miss focal point. And on its opening night, performance of The Merchant of Venice. And right at the top of Grey Street, where it all begins, stands the scheme's grand finale, Grey's Monument. The Roman Doric column, standing 133 feet tall, was erected in 1838 to celebrate Charles Grey, the Prime Minister whose government was passed to the Great Reform Act of 1832. The act was a huge step forward for the political reform, and the movement became a powerful symbol of progress. The design was by the same father and son duo behind the Theatre Royal, that's John and Benjamin Green. The statue of Earl Grey on top was carved by Edward Hughes Bailey. The same sculptor created the iconic statue of Nelson in London's Trafalgar Square. The street itself used to be called Upper Dean Street, but was changed to Grey Street in honour of the Earl. In a bizarre twist, a bolt of lightning completely knocked the statue's head off during a thunderstorm in 1941, and a new one was carved after the war. Today, Grey Street is transforming once again. These stunning sandstone buildings, once home to banks and corporate offices, are being reimagined. Developers are pouring in investment, creating high-spec contemporary offices that are still respect the building's historic character. And this has affected a totally new kind of tenant, tech companies. What was once a monument to the Industrial Revolution has now become a beacon of the digital one. The evolution shows just how resiliently great design can be. Recent projects are also making the street greener and more pedestrian friendly, with the plans for a pocket park and wider pavements perfect for the cat culture. From a charity school kid or carpenter's apprentice, Richard Grainger rose through pure skill, sharp thinking and relentless ambition. He gambled everything on a single magnificent vision for his hometown. He stared down critics, solved immense logical problems and faced financial ruin and build something that would outlive him by centuries. The story of Grey Street is more than just a story of a street. It proves that one person's vision can shape a city's soul. Richard Grainger didn't just stack stones, he built a civic pride, a masterpiece that keeps evolving, adapting and inspiring nearly 200 years later. We've also got the Settle Arc here. Well, I hope you liked that little video. I know we certainly did. So don't forget, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit that notification bell for future videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.